Hello everyone and welcome to the Smoothie Channel. I am SB Conrad and this is the first of many Elden Ring videos to come. I didn't really want my first video to have such a clickbaity title, but these are things I didn't know until I had already played for almost 100 hours, so I figured this might help other people out there. First things first, did you know that you can actually sort the inventory in this game? Because I sure didn't, and I'm constantly picking up important shit and then struggling to find it 3 seconds later, but luckily you can actually sort every menu in the game by the order you receive things. Not only that, but you can actually sort your weapons and armor by their attack power or damage negation, and by how much they weigh. If you hold up or down on the D-pad, it will target whatever is in the first slot. So holding up automatically selects whatever the first spell you have is, and holding down automatically selects whatever the first item in slot is. This is also a mechanic in Dark Souls 3, which I never knew about. I didn't check to see if it is in other FromSoft games, maybe it's just always been there and I just didn't know. But as someone who loves sorcery in a game that loves to constantly give you extra memory slots, I am happy to know this. You can see a list of grace sites for each region of the map by pressing Y. This is handy if you're trying to figure out if you missed a specific grace site in a region. You can also favorite grace sites by pressing the right trigger down with this list pulled up. There is a menu that only lists your favorite grace sites, which I find super handy for marking the grace sites that I either go back to frequently or that have NPC merchants near them. If you press Y, X, A anywhere on the map, you will always fast travel to Round Table Hold, which is much easier and faster than having to scroll to the bottom left corner of the map all the time. You can hit the left bumper to see where the hotspots for summoning are, which is pretty neat for anyone interested in knowing where the popular PvP spots are in each region, but I also find it helpful because it shows where you can and can't summon for friendly cooperation. You can place beacons on the map by just hitting A, and it will show a giant blue beam of light out in the world. When I get to a new zone and find the map fragment for that area, I usually zoom in on the map and place beacons wherever I want to explore so I have a path to follow. This way I don't have to look at the map as often. You can only place it to 5 though, so if you try to place a 6th one, it will rewrite the first one. Likewise, you can place markers on the map by pressing X and then selecting a marker, which is helpful for marking dungeons or NPCs that you don't want to forget about, that also don't have a site of grace next to them. If you press the select button, it will give you an explanation for whatever mechanic you're hovering over. I think most people know this, but I find it especially useful for the resistance stats. There are tons of areas where it's definitely useful to know which resistance stat is related back to Scarlet Rot or Madness, and I don't always or ever really remember. There are 2 icons that pop up on the left side of the screen pretty often. The blue one indicates that you're in an area where you can summon spirit ashes, and the gold one you see when you're at Round Table Hold and some other places indicates that you're in an area where you can't attack. I also don't think that you can change from one-handing to two-handing weapons when you're in those safe zone areas, which can be a little annoying when you're comparing weapons or upgrades. Finally, if you kill a vendor, they drop a ball bearing, which you can then bring to the twin main husks at the Round Table Hold. This allows you to buy whatever items they sold, which is convenient because it's much easier to buy everything at the Round Table Hold instead of having to visit 10 NPCs in 10 different locations, but it will also lock you out of certain NPC storylines. Not really sure if there are consequences beyond that, so just murder vendors at your own risk. I hope this helps some people, and if it didn't help you, thanks for watching it anyway, and maybe you'll learn something in the next video.